Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading for the end of October, right through the end of November 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your twin flame reading for those twins who are currently in separation. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first pile will be your pile, the second pile will be your person's pile, and the third pile will be the unified energy of how things are going to come together. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding their twin flame journey? Can you please highlight to them the lessons that are meant to learn at this time? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to see? What is going to occur in this twin flame dynamic in the next coming weeks and months? Can you please show them what is going on in this particular twin flame dynamic that you want me to tap into at this moment? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Now, the deck is getting very complex, which means there's radical change. And I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading. Whoa. And I can see 1313, okay? Now this indicates that there is major transformation going on in this particular twin flame dynamic. But let's see what that change is. We have the unexplainable and we have the climax. Okay, so things do tend to have to change when there is a climax. There is a lot of anxiety with your person. They actually struggle a lot with that. And both of you are very similar in that energy, okay? Now, I do want to make it clear that if anyone is mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. That is more likely to be a false flame connection, and it will waste your wonderful time and drain you of your beautiful love, okay? Now, twin flames, they are magnetic. They are like an otherworldly kind of bond where you're connected so deeply to your person, it's almost obsessive at first, and both parties feel the same way. However, the twin flame is more of a spiritual awakening rather than an actual physically romantic relationship at first. It's a process that prepares us to release lower vibrational energy that keeps us stuck in fear, codependency, addictive patterns, unhealthy attachments. So please apply it to your situation, because twin flames, they actually tend to have abandonment issues at the root as well. And of course, twin flames, this is a vibrational transformation. So it's a personal inner journey of self-discovery that must be done alone at first. And that's why it can feel so isolating. It can feel very lonely in the journey. But both parties, they get triggered by the twin so they can discover their true life's purpose and mission, embrace unconditional love, but they trigger in order to separate. There tends to be a certain dynamic that goes on in a twin flame connection. There's a runner, a chaser, and a separation period. Now, that is a typical dynamic. It's not always true to form. Sometimes there can be 2 runners, for example. So again, please apply it to your situation. But twin flames, they are a formed sacred union as a result of shared difficulty and pain. Twin flames, they tend to have had a very similar journey, very similar experiences, and they often have had some level of trauma or difficulty before they even meet each other. And if they have not healed that part of themselves, then they can truly never give over to the union until they've done that. So you know, your twin will reflect back to you your greatest strengths, but also your greatest weaknesses. It's a mirrored experience. So often there's a lot of projected energy in a twin flame dynamic, because essentially your twin, when they look at you, they're looking in the mirror of all the things within themselves that they've been running away from their whole life, and vice versa. Now, the chaser tends to be open to surrendering to the union, to really go deep and feel vulnerable, but know that the process will enrich them and they give themselves over to the twin flame dynamic. However, the runner, I think they want that card, the runner tends to look at that mirror and see all the things that have haunted them or they've been avoiding, and they actually push their twin away because they deny their feelings, and they have to go through a personal awakening before they can truly come together in a union. Now, it's not a game, it's an energetic exchange. I like to explain twins like magnets, both identical in polarities. So you meet in the same frequency, you are attracted to each other, it's intense, you're drawn to that person, almost like a moth to a flame. However, there is a space in between, because identical polarities means there is a push and pull. So you're attracted to your person, but also repelled in some way. Now, this could be due to fear. It could be due to addictions. It could be insecurities, trust issues, whatever it is that has been experienced before you meet your twin. So that magnet that I was talking about, both of them, they want to be with each other, they're drawn to each other, but that space in between is the separation period. It keeps you both separate in order to transform your lives. Twins tend to have a mission in each lifetime, a calling, and you are encouraged to follow that calling separately, of course. And if this is the chaser, shall we say, and this is the runner right here, let's say that the chaser keeps thinking about their person, messaging them, then it's just going to perpetuate a cycle. The space in between is always going to be the same because there's no vibrational change. So as soon as the chaser puts all that care, love, devotion inwards, unconditional love for self, implementing self-care routines and focusing on their true life's purpose, then you change the frequency. The magnets get a little bit closer together. The people, the twins, get closer together. However, it also encourages your twin to step up or step out of the vibrational union. So, it depends on what stage you're at. I always say, do not wait for your twin, because you have a personal journey of discovery for yourself, and your twin is working on their timeline. And of course, some twins, they're a little bit more stubborn than others, or some people are finding it harder to deal with certain things because we don't all have the same coping mechanism. It depends on what experiences we've had in life. So your twin, it could take days, years, months, decades. Do not wait, because your twin, when the moment is right, the universe will draw you back together. But twins, they keep wanting to come back together because they love each other. They know there is some sort of bond that they cannot quite understand, but they need to work through the stuff before they can come together in a healthy union. Now, your first card there is the celebration. I want to also reiterate two things before I really connect deeply to your reading. One is we must accept people as they truly are, but we must also place them where they truly belong in our lives at this moment in time, okay? Everyone has the potential to change, but they must want to change for themselves and not for another. So that's also something we can acknowledge, that we can never force change on a person. So I feel it's important to recognize that when the moment is right, vibrations will change and twins can come back together in union. Not everybody takes the twin flame journey because it does feel very isolating and lonely. But it's also enriching in terms of your personal development path. It spins you off to focus on your calling, to empower yourself, implement unconditional love for self, and that's when you can truly have a very healthy and rewarding relationship. But also, some people ask, why do twins not just talk? Why don't they just say that they feel that they're in love and all of those things? Well, if a person is coming from a place of trauma, which often twin flames have had a very difficult journey to the point where they meet, then twins, they actually don't know how to articulate their feelings from a healthy place. And they often fall into triggered, unhealed responses. And that's when the ego is in play. So if a person, they get triggered by unconditional love, for example, they may not trust it because their first foundation of what it means to love Could be that they witness parents or guardians divorcing, or they've been in a high-level commitment themselves and they've learnt that love leaves or love is painful. And if their initial response is to shut down, then of course they haven't healed that part of themselves because they feel they cannot open to the love that the twin offers. So often twins feel so deeply for each other that that depth of love, which is like no other, it triggers every fearful emotion to come to the surface. Now, I will tap into what yours is. Looking at your energy, your twin is really deeply in love with you, okay? Not often the twins are so kind of like on the surface with the love here. Normally it's like dig a little bit deeper, but this person, they really love you, and I feel that they have a lot of sorrow and regret and disappointment to some degree in themselves for the way that this went down. But of course, it takes two to tango, so let's tap into the energy. Your first card, this is your protagonist energy. We got celebration. Now, this definitely means that, there is some rewarding news coming your way, but I feel like you're learning to celebrate yourself, learning to empower yourself, learning to recognize that you are a gift and that you are lovable, my beautiful Aquarians. I feel this is at the root of both of your energies, self-love, okay? I feel there is an energy here of reciprocity, where both parties need to give and take in the union, because I feel like you are a bit of an overgiver, my beautiful Aquarians. Whenever you get the celebration card as a predominant energy in the twin flame union, I feel like you raised your person up, okay? It's almost like you built up this person who may have tried to do something in their life and they felt helpless to change their life in some way, or they relied on you. But looking at your energy, especially since we've got a 10 of Cups and we've got a Page of Swords, I mean, you gave unconditional love to this person, but somehow you feel isolated or alone, or you feel that you've been abandoned in this connection. And I feel there's an energy here of you thinking about your future with this person and how you are not sure how it can come about, because we've got the Tower here, okay? This is the equivalent of the Tower. This basically means that, you're restricting yourself from giving to this connection because you've been hurt by this person, and I feel you're aware that there is still some work that needs to be done in this connection. But you tend to raise this person up, and when they feel strong enough, they kind of like let go of the union. There's something about that here, so we will tap into that a little bit deeper. But I do see that you're going to hear from your person, okay? And maybe this is going to be a cause for celebration. But I also see that you're very hesitant to get back into this. I feel like you've had to withdraw to protect yourself. You've waited a long time for this person. There's been some cycles here. I do feel you believe in divine timing, okay? And sometimes, and don't shoot the messenger here, you've got a Page of Swords. Sometimes, if they're on social media, you may research them, from time to time, just to see what they're up to. I would say be very mindful about the way people present themselves on social media. So if a person is putting up these wonderful photos of them partying or having a great time, it's almost like it's there not just to present what they're up to, because of course they lived in that moment, but also sometimes put that on there to say, look how well I'm doing. But actually under the surface, this person doesn't seem to be doing as well as it is perceived, okay? So I want you to be a little bit mindful, because there is an energy here of people misunderstanding or people misconstruing what they see, okay? And that's connected to the internet is what I'm being shown. I'm being shown like social media. If you check in on either social media platforms, I mean, you or your person may not even be on social media, but if you are and you've seen something on their profile or their page that indicates that they have options, or that they are, not even thinking about you. I mean, this pile is how they feel about you. And they've got the Lover's card and they've got the Rider. This person, they want to move forward. This person wants change. And there is some new information coming towards you regarding this person. We have the Page of Wands here as well. So this means this person's deeply thinking about, their connection. I feel like they don't quite understand twin flames. I feel it's more that they see you as their soulmate. That's what I'm seeing. But I feel the message you're going to get is going to make you feel quite happy, actually. However, the Eight of Swords, I would say there's still some things to work out in this union before it can truly come together. It says here, you will soon hear some good news, something that will be a cause to celebrate and rejoice. Now, a lot of you, of course, I want you to be aware that not everybody takes the twin flame journey. So if you want to invest in reuniting with your person, always remember actions speak louder than words, okay? Because a twin can try to come back to you and they haven't done the work. So they're still unhealed and you don't want to repeat a cycle with a person. So, just be mindful, your own dynamic yourself. And I see that you are very cautious. I mean, there is an energy here where you realize the union is kind of like stuck in something. Maybe it's a repetitive cycle. I mean, this is the Tower, which means this relationship kind of shocked you or like turned your world upside down in some way. And there's a lot of sadness, pain, even though what has gone on here, there's still love. So I feel a lot of you are like doing a lot of questioning right now. Like, how can there be so much love, so much feelings? And you know that they feel the same way. But at the same time, it's like, how is it not working right now? How are you feeling in a solitary energy? How is it that, things don't seem to be moving forward? So I feel like you want some answers at this time. And when you get this card, the Tower can indicate you realize there has to be some sort of ego death in this connection where this person has to truly like have an awakening and see you and the situation for what it really is. There is an energy here where this person, it's almost like they're in love with the idea of love sometimes. They want the romance of it all, but they cannot sustain it in some way. And I feel for some of you, you may even thought of giving this person an ultimatum, but you also see, well, what is the point? So I see you withdrawing from this person's energy because this is you being really strict with yourself. It's almost like you're teaching this person, even though it's not a game, I feel like you're doing it out of a protective measure. You're teaching this person what it means to not have you in their life, okay? I feel like you want to reach out, you want to talk to this person, but at the same time, you're withdrawing your energy to focus on you and your projects and your life in general, because right now, I feel like there's an energy of isolation. For some of you, you feel more lonely than you felt in a long time, but I also see there is a very different energy about you. And what I mean by that is some of you may feel lonely in the 3 a.m. thoughts, when you're lying there in bed wondering what they're up to. But for the rest of the time, I feel like you're focusing on your life. I feel like you are in a solitary energy on purpose to make life work in divine timing, to connect to your life's purpose, mission, your success. And I see a lot of success around you on a personal level, aside from this twin flame connection. So whatever it is you're focusing on, I'm also being given this energy that you may be at a celebration when you hear from this person, okay? So you could be at your friend's birthday or a wedding or a house party or a gathering where there is entertainment, hustle bustle, or maybe you're doing something creative. But I get this energy that when you're out and about, you're actually going to hear from your person. They're going to send you a message, okay? And this message is a message of love. And I feel that this person, they're going to kind of like confide in you that they feel really stuck in their life and they don't know how to change things. But I really want you to be aware that you are a wonderful, nurturing, caring human being. And I recognize from your energy that you are not wanting to enable this person's behavior any longer. You don't want this person to keep coming to seek sanctuary. You are here to experience a loving, passionate, romantic, intense relationship yourself. Remember, you are lovable. And when you take away that enablement, that's when you kind of encourage your person to really stand in their own shoes and admit and take accountability and responsibility for their actions, which I feel like they are already recognizing that their actions have had consequences in this union and that they really need to step up or step out, okay? So I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I know it is a very lonely experience, but with number 19 there, I feel like you're focusing on your own happiness. You're realizing what you want. how you have your needs met in a relationship. And I feel like you're looking at what you tend to attract in terms of behavior so that you can empower yourself and make sure that you get what you need in a relationship rather than settle for anything less than you truly deserve. Now, we've also got the Ten of Cups here. You saw a happy ever after with this person. You actually created an environment that was really romantic, peaceful, loving, caring, and respectful of this person. And I feel you offered a lot of support to this person. But I also feel with the Page of Swords, now, I feel like some of you may have talked to a family member or someone that you consider your soul tribe, and they really kind of don't like this person, okay? I would say, based on what's gone on with you and this person, of course, always listen to your heart, but also listen to people who are outside the union, especially if they're family, and they see that you are in some way truly not fulfilled by this connection. Because, of course, you know, the dynamic can change. And once healing has occurred, then it can be a healthier union. But looking at the energy here, I feel like a lot of you are thinking about moving on. Maybe, you know, trying to find a soulmate, because of course we can have a soulmate, but there's only one twin flame. So I feel like it's a very intense relationship, and there's a lot of love there on both sides. But sometimes we have to question, is love enough? Because sometimes those low vibrational fears get in the way, and they show up, and they actually like prevent us from truly opening up to a healthy union. So I see that your person tends to self-sabotage, okay? And I feel like they are learning that there is a pattern. They're starting to identify there is an awakening going on in this union. But the Ten of Cups, you just want to be happy. You want to settle down. I see a lot of you are focusing your energy on your home space, on your family, the people that you call your soul tribe right now. I feel like you are trying to create the life that you aspire to. And I feel like you're just so fed up of the drama. You're taking pleasure in the present moment and all that you accomplish. And there's something here on a personal level that you will be celebrating very shortly. And I feel this is about you celebrating yourself and recognizing that you are a gift, okay? Now, I'm also seeing very randomly a leaf just blowing in the wind. One on its own, it's kind of like golden orange, and it's just blowing in the wind. It's like really like, it's not falling down, it's actually being carried up by the wind and just being... So maybe some of you feel a little bit scattered. You're trying to turn over a new leaf. Maybe it's that, or maybe... You know, when you think about leaves falling off the trees, you feel that, you know, this season, as it were, for your twin, it's run its course. And now you're just feeling a little bit up in the air, but you also recognize that in order to promote new growth or a healthier environment to allow love to come on in, that's when you must, like, you know, take off the dead leaves or deadhead the roses, as it were. So I feel a lot of you are just choosing a healthier path for yourself right now. You're focusing on you. I also see some of you, not all of you, maybe actually talking to somebody new. There could be a romantic frisson between you and a person who is not your twin flame. And if that hasn't happened just yet, I feel it's coming in very shortly. Because the Page of Swords, I'm feeling a slight side energy from it, which means that some of you are contemplating a new focus, somebody new, okay, coming in that you will be having some sort of chemistry with. It's not your twin flame. However, I feel, you know, it's a very rewarding relationship as well. And there is going to be a moment where you have to choose. Okay, but I feel like the energy that I'm getting here is that you've reached out to your person, you tried to make this work, and I feel like, I mean, this is a very investigative card, so a lot of you may be searching for answers, but also wondering what your twin is up to. Ultimately, I feel like you just want your twin to choose you rather than their fears or their insecurities, trust issues, codependency, whatever is going on. We have to tap into that side in a moment. But I feel like you're trying to create a peaceful environment for yourself. And whilst you're separate from your person, you're of course focusing on, you know, abundance in your own life. But this person, they're still on your mind. There is a part of this dynamic that still haunts you. I feel there's a certain conversation that plays in your mind. And I also feel like you have a message that you have left unsaid for this person, that in due time, you will actually be able to send or say it to them face to face, because your person wants to meet up. Your person wants to reunite. And I feel like they want to talk about how they regret this ended, especially because of the cards that they got there. Now also, Page of Swords, I get a real deep undercurrent of you feeling like maybe I should just have a new start. You know, it's almost like cut ties with this person, because this person, it seemed to end up in the same way. This person comes in and then it just gets stuck. I mean, the Eight of Swords at the end of your reading, it tells me that both of you can't be with each other, but also you can't be without each other right now. Eight of Swords indicates that there needs to be a release from denial, to see things as they truly are, so that both parties can take accountability and responsibility for actions and like lay their truth on the line. Because the truth of it is there is love, but there's something in the way of that love. Okay, so let's go to their energy. Let me see if I can pick this card up. We've got regret. Okay, that's their first card of how they feel about this dynamic with you and them. They regret some actions there. It says here, living in the past with regrets can take toll on your mental health. Start making positive choices to live a happy and empowered life. Now, this is something that also, I'm being given this word predates you and the connection with you. Okay, I don't tend to talk about that. Like, I don't say predates. So either this person works in an industry where they kind of like are very mathematical or connected to some sort of archaeological kind of energy, or maybe it's just the history, the past, you know, digging up the past. This person, they're haunted by something that occurred before they even met you. Okay, so I need to tap into that. I am getting an energy where they felt secure in a relationship once. They got really cozy in it, kind of like complacent, to the point where they thought, well, I'm going to be with this person. And this is before they met you. And I get this energy that that person left the union. So let me just see, because I'm not actually getting the sorrow or betrayal energy from this person. It's like they kind of reminisce on a time where they thought they had it all, but then it all fell away. So now they've got an even more intense love connection with you, because twin flame is like no other. They feel it could leave them in a second. And sometimes people are very complex. They try to control an issue rather than be left. They do the leaving. Okay, that's what's coming out from your person. We've got the Star, Healing, and Six of Wands. So this person, they can also see that, you know, ego gets in the way of them truly opening up. This person, very guarded person. I mean, look at this person in this card. They're completely closed off and they're crossing over their heart space. So I feel this person, they were not looking for love when they first met you. I feel they were focusing on success or their projects. I also feel that this person, they used to be really confident, but not anymore. It's almost like they may come across as confident, but something really knocked this person's confidence. The Star energy and the Six of Wands, I feel like this person acknowledges that you truly see them for all that they are. And they may have even asked you in the past, why do you love me? You know, because this person, at the root of them, they don't fully love themselves. And we can never love another person until we fully love ourselves, of course. So there is an energy here where they feel in some way that they're not enough. So let me just pull some further cards there. Can you show me the root of this? Why is there a separation period here? Ten of Pentacles, Security, and Page of Wands. What do they got? They've got the Page of Wands as well. So it's like this person, they're very independent. They're someone who basically, they're finding their purpose. They feel very lost in some way. They regret how things went down, but the actual purpose of the twin flame separation is for both parties to connect to their life's mission and purpose. So they're actually activating a part of their soul contract. So they're kind of a little bit on target. And that's why we're seeing some radical change going on in your connection with this person. Now, I do see that they're going to send you a bit of a flirtatious message, okay? But as you continue to message this person, it's going to be more romantic. It's going to be more focused on wanting to move the union ahead. They're going to confide in you that they're feeling a bit stuck in their life, is what I'm being given here by my guides, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading and I'm hearing my guides. I'm actually hearing a song as well. Let me just tap into that. Where there is a flame, someone's bound to get burned. You've got to try. Okay, that's a very famous song. I think it's by Pink. And I think it's actually come up in a reading before in the past, but I can't really remember. So, and I'm not sure for which sign. So this song, you may hear this song. Songs only show up when they're relevant to a reading, but also it can be an indicator that when you hear that song, you're going to hear from your person, okay? But I mean, if you think about the lyrics that I've just been given, this is like, this person, you know, they acknowledge that there is like a burning flame between you both. They have wands, which means they're very passionate about you, but I also feel like this person, they've made some choices that they regret. And I feel they realize it's love, but this is the sort of person who they've realized it when it's gone. Okay, so it's like, is it a little bit too late? Because you've got the Tower there, so I feel like you've been through your awakening. Of course, we always are working on ourselves, but you were willing to surrender to this union, and you were so happy that you met this person at first, and then, of course, everything went the way it is meant to go in a twin flame dynamic, but it can be very alienating, discombobulating, and make you feel like very bereft, okay? But I feel the person that you have as your twin flame, they were feeling very lost and bereft when you first met them. And they're trying to recalibrate in some way, and you offer this level of security and sanctuary. Okay, there's a lot of passion there, and this person wondered if it was love or lust, is what I'm being given. But ultimately, I want to see what the root cause of this is, because also I see with this person, they've got a lot of family responsibilities, almost like they got to make a certain amount of money in order to make sure that their lifestyle is kept up. And I feel they may have a dependent. This could be a parent, guardian, even a child perhaps. So please take it as it resonates. If you know that your twin does not have children, for example, it could be a parent or guardian, or it could be that they have a certain lifestyle that, because Ten of Pentacles basically can indicate that they were in a high-level commitment before, and I feel that the person they were with left them. But I can't locate whether this person was cheated on or whether, because this person is very good at covering sorrow, is what I'm being given. Can you please show me a little bit deeper what's going on here? Queen of Pentacles, they thought they were secure. Knight of Swords, then the person ran off, and the Five of Pentacles is abandonment. So, yeah, I'm not being given that this person was cheated on per se, but I feel someone left them, okay? And this person struggles with abandonment issue. There's also codependency here as well, and I feel this person, they don't want to come across as needy. It's almost like as soon as they feel like they need to be with the person, they run off themselves because they know how they got abandoned or hurt in the past. Now, for some of you, this could be that it was a parent or guardian that left the union, and they witnessed a divorce or something when they were younger, because there's something about commitment and it equating to someone leaving. So this person, it's almost like, in order to protect themselves from being hurt or being left, they are the ones that do the leaving. That's what I'm picking up on. Five of Pentacles is someone who struggles, someone who longs. Five of Pentacles, this person longs to be in a secure relationship. But the Knight of Swords, I feel like they're making some lifestyle changes, but I also feel this person was in a secure relationship before they met you, and they thought it was a secure relationship, but suddenly they lost everything, or they lost, okay? So this is why your person is very overprotective of themselves, and they are the one that does the leaving. The Knight of Swords being present is very positive because it means they're trying to make some lifestyle changes. I also feel this person may have moved around a lot when they were younger. There's something about feeling like they don't belong. They're always on the outside looking in some way, the lone wolf. They may have even described themselves as that. This is how they perceive themselves. They don't make connections easy. So I feel this is an indication that you had a profound effect on this person, but it's almost like they just wanted to remember the good times and not get too invested in the connection, because there's always a chance that you will leave them. And I know that sounds like counterproductive to love and the twin flame dynamic, but this person is protecting themselves in that way. So they may have confided in you regarding a past relationship. And if they haven't, I feel it will be a topic of conversation in your future with this person, because I do see there's a future with this person. Now, they have the rider, so I feel that you sent them a message and they have that message and they actually look at it quite a lot, whatever this message is. But also I feel like they have, what is that word? My guides are giving me a word. One moment, please. Oh, I can't quite grasp it. What is that word? Could you bring it forward, please? I can't quite see it. It looks like the word structured, which is so random regarding a message. They've structured a message. Structured. Maybe it's this person needs structure in their life. I'm not really sure. But I'm going to leave that word there because I can't quite... It looks like the word structured. I'm not seeing if it is structured. The S and the T, I'm not quite seeing that. And it looks like an E and possibly a D on the end, but I can't see. So anyway, I'll leave that there, because I'm not sure how it really connects to your reading. But this is like number 1, which is the Magician card energy. And it means that this person, they find it hard to remain focused and sustain their energy in relationships. They're always on the go, okay? But when you get this card, it means a message. It means quick movement. It means new information. This person taking action. So I would say this person, they want to visit you, or they're going to try and arrive into your life. And there is going to be a conversation about how they regret things the way they were left, okay? With the Lover's card was next. Page of Wands is at the bottom of their energy there. The Lover's card indicates this person has very deep feelings for you. They actually see you as their soulmate, but they don't quite understand the twin flame dynamic. Whenever you look up the meaning of a Page of Wands, for example, it means someone who is a loyal mate, someone who is passionate, someone who can be bold, but also someone who, you know, they can be a little bit immature in the way that they carry themselves. But also I feel it's like a very kind of like passionate response where they want to initiate change and they want to be intimate. They want commitment, but it's almost like because of their energy of protecting themselves, they don't know how to get there. They may even reach out and say, can you help me get rid of this barrier of fear so that we can move forward? Now, sometimes that can be counterproductive to the twin flame connection, because the person that you are meant to be separate from, you shouldn't be asking them to help, because you're meant to be separate to focus on your personal journey of discovery and change your vibrational energy separately and then come together in a union. But I understand why they want to reach out, because they can see that you're the only person they would really trust with helping them transform their life. But you cannot enable that behavior. They have to do it themselves. Now, with that Lover's card energy, of course, be your wonderful self, my beautiful Aquarians. You know, offer sanctuary to this person. But remember, you must not slip into the same pattern or cycle of repeat. Otherwise, it will end up in the same way. But this person, they love you. Now, the Lover's card also represents choice. And they recognize it was their choice to allow their fears to overcome this connection and influence it in some way. I also feel this person, they may have not fully closed out the previous relationship before they, you know, got connected to you. That doesn't mean that they wanted to go back to that person or that they had a crossover or anything like that. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that this person was haunted by an experience that has influenced this relationship. But ultimately, they see a future with you, because the Lover's card would not be present if they did not want to be with you. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on that energy before we move forward, because this is how they feel about you. The Lover's card, the Page of Wands, they see you as passionate. They see you as like happy ever after material. They know that there is a bond that they cannot explain. We got the Fool card. This person, I mean, to some degree, they made some choices that were immature. I feel something deeper than just a relationship from their past is haunting this person. It goes right back to childhood. But this person, they don't want to talk about that. Well, certainly not in this energy reading. I'm being given an energy of like, do not cross the line. I'm seeing like, you know that tape? it's yellow and black. I'm seeing that tape right now in the water. It's like, do not cross the line. We're not going to go there. That's off limits. So this person may actually confide in you what that is, but I'm not allowed to touch that energy. So with respect, I'm going to move away from that energy, but it goes deeper than a previous relationship, that's for sure. But the Fool card also indicates this person sees this relationship has so much potential. You're really fun to be with. And it's almost like when they met you, they didn't want any attachments. They didn't want any ties, but then they caught feelings. Okay. And I feel like they want a new start. So I feel they are kind of like getting ready to take that leap of faith in this connection. And I feel that they're going to try and ask you to reunite is what I see. Page of Wands, and you've got the Page of Swords. There's going to be some messaging back and forth between you both, okay? I don't see that you're the one reaching out because this is a card of taking the initiative. So I feel like they're the ones who are going to message you. It's going to be a very passionate, maybe even very flirtatious message is what I'm being given, but it will develop from there. And this person, what they tell you in the message is true blue. Okay, this person, they are loyal to your energy. And there's also this energy of friendship. It's almost like you are a friend and a lover, okay? And I feel there's an energy of them needing to step back at some point because they saw that the lines were being blurred, okay? So maybe that's what the separation period is for them, that they had to really work out their feelings. Is this like a friendship kind of thing that's going to develop into something more? Is this my true soulmate is what I'm feeling from this person? They basically have discovered that actually they made some difficult choices that they regret, and it's love. They know it's love. They know that they have very deep feelings for you and that they have been very protective, but the candle still burns for you is what I'm being given. Now also, oh wow, as soon as I touch this card, I'm seeing in the water these beads. They look like bracelet beads. They're really tiny. There's a heart in here, I think, that looks like the bead. Okay, I'll find it later because this is so loud on the camera that I don't want to be too loud there. But there's little white beads there in the water, and they're spelling out live, laugh, love. Okay, so that's something that's quite famous. You can see that pretty much everywhere. But you may see this over the next coming weeks and months. Maybe this is even connected to a gift that you or your person gave to each other. But look out for that as a sign or a symbol over the next few weeks. Even if you did not exchange a gift like that with your twin, it could be something that you're meant to see over the next coming weeks that highlights that you and your person are going to come together to reunite, but to remember to live, laugh, and love. Not to take this as seriously as things have gotten in this connection. Of course, accountability needs to be taken, and there's no excuse for certain behavior, so both parties need to have a very honest, open conversation, and that has to be dealt with before you can move on. But ultimately, when there's love, love can save the day, but sometimes it is not enough if the healing has not been processed. So I feel that's very important to acknowledge. Now, your outcome energy, we've got the unexplainable, okay? And it says here, you feel something inside, but it's difficult to describe how they make you feel. A profound and lingering emotion which no words can explain. And both of you feel it. It's like a love like no other. You're drawn to each other. Sometimes you can't even understand why. But also there is an unconditional love and a feeling of knowingness about each other. You may think about this person and they message you, and vice versa. And I feel that both of you are exploring that right now, and your person certainly is, because they're wondering, what is this feeling that they don't feel for anybody else? And that's why they needed to work out, is this friendship? Is this love? What is going on here? But they know it's love, okay? Now we've also got the climax. So let's see what it says here. The anxiety and worries about your bond with your twin. You may be in separation, but if you get through it, you'll emerge stronger than ever. So because it is clarified by the hearts, I feel like you and your twin are going to get through this, but there is still a lot of processing to be done because there's some area that's still a little bit stuck in this connection. It's going to be a process and a bit of a project, but I do see your person, they have a lot of anxiety. I feel both of you actually have projected anxiety going on here as well, but your person came from a space of anxiety before you even met each other, is what I'm being given. And this has come from a fear of being left, abandoned. And we do have the hearts there. When you reduce it, 2 plus 4, of course, is 6. The Lovers card again. So I feel, you know, love will elevate you both. And it's a delicate process. Think about the nature of balloons. It's delicate. But, you know, if taken in a certain way, it can actually cause an opportunity for you and your person to understand each other in a deeper way, but also for both of you to raise those vibrations and come together in a union. This card indicates there is love at the root of this. There's passion, romance, joy, and fulfillment. And I feel both of you can have a very happy, affectionate, loving relationship, but both parties need to do the work. Now, I see that you, my beautiful Aquarians, you've done a lot of the work there, okay? Especially with the Ten of Cups, I feel like you're trying to fulfill yourself and your own needs in your own life. And this person, with the Page of Wands, they are discovering their true life's purpose. So both parties are in alignment to come together very, very soon. We also have the Strength card. So this is about self-love, okay? Both parties have struggled. Both of you have had very difficult journeys. And I feel this card is indicating that you and your person can get over whatever has gone on here. You can get over the bump in the road. I mean, the Eight of Swords basically indicates you and your person were separate on purpose, so that in isolation you could both really get clear in your mind about what you want to do in life, really see things as they are, but also it promotes growth for self-love, self-care, and to basically recognize that both of you have an enduring love. There's a lot of compassion here as well, but there must be reciprocity, okay? That Eight of Swords, it is an outcome energy, so I would say that you and your person, there's still something that needs to be worked on. It's not fully there yet. So let's just pull a card and see what that Eight of Swords indicates, because basically it means both you and your person, you can get out of this situation and come together in union, but I feel listening is also at the center of this, and both of you truly seeing each other and the viewpoints that you have for the union. Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles there. I'm instantly being given an energy of third-party involvement, and what I mean by that is getting a counselor or, you know, a friend, because I feel like your person is speaking to a friend, someone who is helping them try and get back to best, but they wanted that person to be you, but they feel like they need to come back towards you in a healthier energy first. I mean, the Death card indicates that you and your person can transform this relationship. The Death card doesn't mean an ending. It means a transformation. It means becoming aware of the need to break old habits and cycles. And especially if something comes from this person's childhood, you know, part of being an adult is to unlearn and reprogram certain behaviors taught by people who were unhealed in the first place and were not aware that they were passing on certain patterns, you know, generational wounding. So I feel this person, they may even tell you that they have thought about getting a counselor or a psychologist, or maybe that you and your person could see like some sort of relationship counselor is what I'm hearing. But also the Death card indicates that, you know, by releasing the old and familiar and changing the pattern, you and your person release something that has been blocking this connection for some time, that's kept it stagnant. So I would say that there is a transition towards something greater in this union. There is a potential for a new beginning, but your person must identify what it is that's keeping them fully stuck. And I feel it's something that they experienced before they even met you. So this person has to unlock that for themselves, and then truly you both can come together in union. Will you hear from this person very soon? I would say yes. Okay. Are you going to be together in union soon? I would say you and your person, you can reunite, but I would also say that there is something that needs to be worked on still. It's going to be a process, but at least your person is vibrationally shifting in order to do the work and come together in union with you. So I'm just going to get some final cards. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so you feel like home to me. And I definitely see that that is true of this person and how they feel about you. But also these two cards are very poignant for this person. I distance myself to avoid my feelings. And that's because this person, they got in deep before and they've been hurt before. But they have to recognize that you're not the same person. You are their twin and you love unconditionally. And we've also got, I avoided what I was feeling. So this person, they know it's love, okay? And I feel like they regret certain actions that pushed you away. And I feel like they do want to get back involved in this with you. I need courage to face my feelings. And this is feelings from the past, not just connected to you and the twin flame dynamic. And once this person does that, I feel like they will tell you about some sort of counseling. Okay, either it's something they're contemplating or researching right now, or they're actually doing it. But either way, this will unlock something in this person's subconscious mind, because the Eight of Swords is to go inwards. It is a card that highlights a self-imposed restriction, because both parties, they've got self-imposed restriction energy. So there's a stalemate going on here. And once you both unlock what that is, then you can both set yourselves free and have a high level commitment that is very rewarding and fulfilling on an emotional level. So let's just go and get a drink in our room before we close. Thank you so much. Ooh. So we have the turtle, okay, now that can indicate it's a slow process. I did mention that. The turtle also has the shell on the back, which tends to represent when this person feels threatened in some way or emotionally overwhelmed, they go back into their shell. But also it indicates that there is a place for sanctuary. A secure relationship is offered here, and it will be a slow process to get to that safety position. However, I feel like it can be achieved. Now, I've also got the horse, which indicates, of course, an energy of arrival. It connects to the rider, which means, new information coming through, a message from your person. I would say there's movement in this relationship, but also I feel it's two very independent people coming together in a lot of empathy. And finally, we have the heart. There's a lot of love here. Remember, love can save the day, but sometimes it's not enough if the work is not done. So I feel both of you come with pure intentions, and I feel there is an energy of exploring this relationship on a deeper level. Can you come together in harmony in the future? The answer is yes, absolutely. I see your person making strides to want to transform in some way for themselves, because I feel this person's actually choosing for themselves. And then it will filter out into the rest of the relationship. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Aquarians. I hope something resonates in this reading, or I should rephrase that. I'd rather all of you were with your twins and it didn't resonate in any shape or form, and that you're having a wonderful relationship with your twin. But that's not the nature of the twin flame separation, so I have to address it. I hope something resonated there for you to highlight that you're going to be on track to reconnect with your twin. So if something does resonate in some shape or form, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.